Matthew 5. The Sermon on the Mount, Part 1. Beatitudes. Jesus begins his Sermon on the Mount with blessings for those who are spiritually poor, those who mourn, the meek, those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, the merciful, the pure in heart, and the peacemakers. He promises them comfort, divine inheritance, satisfaction, mercy, and a place in God's kingdom. He also blesses those who are persecuted for righteousness, assuring them of great rewards in heaven. Salt and light. Jesus tells his followers that they are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Salt preserves and adds flavor, just as believers are to preserve the goodness of the world and spread God's truth. Light by nature reveals what is hidden, and followers of Christ are meant to shine brightly with good works, guiding others to glorify God. Christians are called to live in such a way that their lives reflect God's love and truth to the world. Jesus and the law. Jesus makes it clear that he did not come to abolish the Jewish law, but to fulfill it completely. He emphasizes that true righteousness goes beyond following rules. It's about the heart and intent behind actions. He teaches that the law of love and purity should surpass even the righteousness of the Pharisees, calling his followers to a deeper, more sincere obedience to God's will. Anger and reconciliation. Jesus teaches that harboring anger, calling someone a fool, or insulting others is just as serious as murder in God's eyes. He stresses the importance of reconciliation, encouraging believers to seek peace with others quickly, even before offering their gifts to God. A true relationship with God is impossible without making peace with others. Adultery and divorce. Jesus teaches that lustful thoughts are equivalent to committing adultery in the heart. He emphasizes that marriage is sacred and should be honored, and warns against the casual approach to divorce, teaching that divorce should only occur in cases of marital unfaithfulness. He calls for a commitment to loyalty and purity in relationships. Oaths. Jesus advises against making oaths or swearing by anything, whether by heaven or earth. Instead, he encourages his followers to be truthful and honest in all their words. Let your yes be yes, and your no be no, he says, indicating that integrity should be reflected in simple, straightforward speech, without the need for elaborate promises. Love your enemies. Jesus challenges his followers to love their enemies and pray for those who persecute them. This radical love reflects God's character, who shows kindness to both the righteous and the wicked. Jesus teaches that loving only those who love us is no different from the actions of sinners, but loving enemies and praying for them is a mark of true Christ-like love. Giving, prayer, and fasting. Jesus teaches that acts of righteousness, like giving to the poor, praying, and fasting, should be done in secret, not for the sake of public recognition. When giving, we should not announce it with fanfare, but instead give quietly. In prayer, he encourages private, sincere communication with God, and he provides the Lord's Prayer as a model. He warns against empty repetitions or showing off in prayer. Similarly, when fasting, believers should not appear to be fasting to others, but should do so humbly, focusing solely on God and his will rather than seeking admiration from people.